Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Vanessa Tiberio.
And I'm Laura Hall. Here are some of the stories we're following for you this morning from the On the Record newsroom. Big changes are coming to campus. Renovations are officially underway at O'Keefe House, transforming the historic building into TMU's new Student Wellbeing Center. The updated space is set to include mental health services, wellness programs, and more. It's set to be an 8-story building meant to house all of TMU's health services in one spot. It's set to be finished in 2026. It marks a major investment in student support on campus.
Toronto City Council approved Mayor Olivia Chow's 2025 budget on Tuesday. The $19 billion spending plan went through the council without any major amendments. The plan includes TTC fare freezes and a boost in police funding. This is at the expense of a 6.9% property tax increase. There was a disruption during the budget debates, causing a brief recess. Protesters rushed the council chamber floor, wearing masks and carrying flags. They yelled about better services for the unhoused people of the city. Debates resumed shortly after they were removed from the chamber.
Good news for renters. Toronto real estate and rent prices are on the decline. New data released by Urban Nation and Rentals.ca shows that Toronto's average apartment is now 7.1% cheaper than last year. The average one-bedroom cost $2,364, down from last year. Toronto is still the third most expensive city in Canada to rent in. Ontario is seeing the most decline in rents, unlike other provinces like British Columbia.
The Textile Museum of Canada will temporarily close on Sunday due to operating constraints. The museum announced its impending closure on Tuesday. They cite changing audience behavior and unexpected financial shortfalls as a reason for closing. They also said they had to lay off staff to streamline their operations. Renovations will take place at the building while it's closed, while the online site will provide access to the collection. The museum says it hopes to celebrate its 50th anniversary this fall.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford promised the Eglinton Crosstown LRT will officially open in 2025 at a campaign stop for his re-election. The transit project has faced years of setbacks. Ford insisted that Metrolinx is finally on track to deliver this year. Metrolinx themselves haven't provided a final completion date. The Eglinton LRT has been under construction since 2011. This is the first phase of the project, and it was supposed to open in 2020. The second phase is set to be finished in 2031.
A new ride-hailing app is rolling out to Toronto. The app is called Hop, from the Estonian mobility company Bolt. Users can hail a ride similar to Uber or Lyft. The app currently operates across 50 countries, with Canada marking the first country in North America to receive the service. It will be available in Toronto, Mississauga, Markham, Vaughan, and Richmond Hill. The company hopes to expand services across more Canadian cities in the future. We are 2 weeks away from the provincial election, and Laura, campaigning is well underway.
That's right. We sent OTR reporter Rex Astorga to speak with TMU students about who they're voting for.
As voters head to polls in 2 weeks, students at TMU who are voting for the first time weigh in their decision to vote and the issues that matter to them.
Personally, I care about obviously climate issues are bigger issues, the homelessness crisis, inflation, the lack of rent control, and also protecting our public health care.
Provincial elections was called on the end of January. Now the election campaign has entered its second week. Expect party leaders put out with more promises on their campaign trail.
Other students who are also first-time voters say they are aware of the provincial elections, but are reluctant to say who they are going to vote for. Some say they aren't aware enough about politics, while others just don't care.
I'm not aware enough of the politics around, and I think it's good to be more aware as provincial election is to better our environment as well as the society we live in. Just very occupied with my life, and I know that is not a good excuse to read more newspaper and be more aware of the news and stuff.
Students are relying on social media to get information about politics. Leah, a first-time voter, discusses the impact of social media on political awareness.
I guess because it's like it kind of keeps like the younger generation like informed on like politics. Because like other than that, unless you watch the news, you don't really hear much about it.
While social media provides spaces for political engagement, they could be worsened with Online News Act in effect. John Beebe, director and founder of Democratic Engagement Exchange at TMU, says that the conversation around issues has become so toxic that people are less likely to engage.
So instead of going online to talk about issues people care about, the issues that are at their forefront, they avoid those spaces because it feels like just too negative. The Online News Act has just exacerbated that by making reliable, credible information harder to find online.
While social media plays a big role of where people get their political information, despite all that, young students aren't clearly engaged enough as we hope. For On the Record News, I'm Rex Astorga.
It's time for sports. Let's take a look at what's new in Canadian sports this week. Here's Meaghan Beavis with your wrap.
The Toronto Raptors are giving a warm welcome to newly acquired player Brandon Ingram. This welcome includes a $120 million extension for the next 3 years. It looks like the Raptors want Ingram to stick around for a while because the extension was given to him before he played a game with the team. Ingram hasn't played for 2 months due to a sprained ankle, but that didn't stop Toronto from securing the talented forward. Ingram was the number 2 pick in the 2016 NBA draft and has averaged 20 points over his 6 seasons. He was also named the most improved player of the NBA in 2020. Let's see what this new addition brings to the Toronto team. The Four Nations face-off is underway, and Canada has chosen Toronto's very own Jordan Binnington as their starting goalie. Binnington plays for the St. Louis Blues in the NHL and led the team to victory in the 2019 Stanley Cup against the Boston Bruins. Other notable players in the Cup include Toronto Maple Leafs captain Austin Matthews, who will be playing for the United States team. The face-off is being held in Boston and Montreal and will include Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the United States facing off in a round-robin tournament to determine the 2025 face-off winner. Canada played against Sweden in their first game last night and will be playing the United States on Saturday in their next game. Let's go, Canada. The Toronto Blue Jays are just 10 days away from their first spring training game, and their full team is yet to be secured. Blue Jays star slugger Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is looking for a contract extension with the Jays and has given them a firm deadline of February 18th. Guerrero Jr. has played for the Jays since the start of his professional career in 2019. If the Jays don't agree to Guerrero Jr.'s terms for the extension, he will become a free agent for the MLB trade season this summer. The Jays' first spring training game will be against the New York Yankees on February 22nd. That's it for sports. Back to the desk.
It's been a busy one in entertainment news with awards season well underway.
With your entertainment update, here's Jasmine Murray.
For this week's entertainment news, we're starting by taking a look at the most iconic moments from the Grammys. Chappell Roan took home the award for Best New Artist after stunning with her performance. She sung Pink Pony Club while including queer history and rights, as well as iconography, recreating a moment from bisexual artist David Bowie on stage. In a red carpet moment that fills every headline, Kanye West and his wife Bianca Censori got kicked out of the Grammys with their outfit choice. There, she dropped her coat to reveal a see-through dress and nothing else underneath, in a moment that was claimed to be recreating a previous album cover. It must have been devastating for Kanye to miss Beyonce winning Album of the Year for the first time ever with Cowboy Carter. It also won the Best Country Album category, where she used her speech to call out how she was excluded from the Country Music Awards. After taking home more Grammys than any other artist by winning all 5 categories he was nominated in, Canadian rapper Kendrick Lamar performed at the halftime Super Bowl show on Sunday. There, he notably directly called out feuding rapper Drake with the inclusion of the song Not Like Us, while also using the stage to highlight bigger issues in America. His use of Uncle Sam and the red, white, and blue colours called out the systemic racism rooted in the country's history, which is still prevalent today. That's been our entertainment news. Back to you, Laura and Vanessa.
We've seen quite a bit of snow move through the region these past couple of days, with parts of southern Ontario seeing upwards of 40 centimeters.
Yes, it was quite a messy commute for many yesterday. Luckily, most of the wintry weather has tapered off. Let's take a look at the weather. Here's Rex Astorga with your forecast.
Thanks. This is On the Record Weather, and let's take a look at your weather forecast. It's a beautiful Friday morning with sunny skies, but make sure you're bundled up as we deal with cold weather. Toronto right now sits at -8, but will reach with high of -7 in the afternoon. We also have Brampton, Barrie, Mississauga, and Newmarket reaching a high of -7. On the other hand, Hamilton will see a high of -8 and Oshawa will see a high of -6. Looking at your Family Day weekend forecast, expect snowy weather on Saturday with a high of -2, but that will clear up on Sunday with partly cloudy skies with a high of -6. Temperatures will dip Sunday overnight with low of -16. Frigid temperatures will continue into Monday, which is a family day, with a high of -13 and mostly sunny skies, so plan accordingly. Expect that very cold weather trend as we head on Tuesday, so make sure to bundle up and stay warm in this very cold weather. And that's your weather update. Enjoy the rest of your day. For On the Record News, I'm Rex Astorga. Back to you.
And that's all for On the Record this February 14th, 2025. I'm Vanessa Tiberio.
And I'm Laura Hall.
Join us for On the Record next week as we round out the latest stories from the OTR newsroom.
For the latest 24/7, visit ontherecordnews.ca. Have a great day.